Just how do narcissistic people react when you begin to behave like them, when you begin to treat them in the way that they treat you? You can try so many ways to get them to understand where you're coming from, and then you can just give up and have enough. You can also pick up narcissistic fleas from the environments you are in, that learned behaviour. You might go all out to treat others how you'd like to be treated, and then you get to a point where you think, can't beat them, join them, so I'll treat you how you treat me. And narcissistic people don't take too kindly to this. They treat you in some of the most negative, toxic, hurtful ways because they know it hurts them. They know it crushes them. So they use it against you to get you back. So when a narcissistic person isn't getting their own way with you, when you've dared to say no to them or call them out on something, when they can't get their needs met by you, they might use the silent treatment towards you, where they're just going to cut off all communication to get you to pander to them. When you realise that no matter how many different ways you approach a different topic of conversation, or no matter how many different days or different times to try and get that form of communication with them, you end up getting hurt, you end up feeling more confused, you end up being accused of attacking them, of causing arguments, that you start to get to a point where you think, what is the point? So you stop communicating with them, and they get offended by this. Or when you respect their silence and remain silent, they get offended by this. They don't like that indifference. They don't like you not being interested in them. It's one rule for them and another rule for you. They're allowed to ignore you, but don't you dare ever ignore them, because they will go all out to play the victim or to provoke feelings of jealousy within you to get you back for daring to not just try and communicate with those that you have found previously you cannot communicate with. They go all out to gaslight you because they don't want you getting too close to the truth. So they're going to create that self-doubt within you. However, when you stick to the truth, when you stand your ground, they believe that you are the one that is now gaslighting them. So a narcissistic person will happily take one of your belongings, and then when you ask them about this, they'll say, what are you accusing me for? I've not seen it. You need to look after your stuff better. Yet when they lose something, because they perceive themselves to be perfect, they don't lose anything. So they think you must have taken it. So when they come to you and say, hey, have you seen? And you say, no, sorry, I haven't seen it. They believe that you're gaslighting them and that you're lying to them. They are some of the most secretive people you could ever meet, first and foremost, because they've got things to hide. A narcissistic person doesn't particularly feel, but they like the empathy. They're not sorry that they got caught. They are sorry for any potential consequences. They're not sorry they hurt your feelings. They're sorry that they got caught. They're sorry that there might be potential consequences to their actions. And some are just secretive because they like knowing something that you don't know. However, you'll often notice that whenever you inform a narcissist of something, they use it against you. They use your feelings against you. They use your hobbies against you. They use your opinions against you. So if you inform them that you're thinking of trying a new career, they criticize and mock and judge. So you can shut down and stop informing them, and then they get offended, especially if they find out from somebody else. I'm always the last to know, aren't I? Well, yes, actually you are, because whenever I do tell you, you put me down, you make me feel bad. So they're allowed to be secretive with you, but you are not allowed to be secretive with them. They're highly critical of you. They're constantly seeking to nitpick at you and bring you crashing down. And as a reaction, you can become critical of them. They don't like this. They get very offended. They can't even stand constructive feedback. So when they have a dig at you and you have a digger back, this causes a narcissistic injury, and they go all out then to punish you. They'll happily go around smearing your name, making lies up about you, exaggerating the truth, twisting stories, projecting what they did to you, claiming you did it to them. However, when you break free of the relationship and you're trying to get your head straight and your thoughts clear, and you're saying, well, this happened, and people are saying to you that's not normal, and you're like, yes, but I did this, so they did that, and you're trying to work it out, you're clearing your head. A narcissist is smearing your name to ruin your reputation. Only they don't like you talking about the situation. They believe that only they have a right to do that, and you should keep quiet. They're some of the most abusive people you could ever meet. However, if you react to them, they get offended. They believe that you're the one who's the problem. You're the one who's causing the issues. They can also stand there and say, wow, what's wrong with you? You having a bad day? I think you might need some help. You seem to be going a little crazy. So it depends what that narcissist is looking for. They have a sense of entitlement to have everything their own way. Yet if you stand your ground and become assertive, they take offence to this and accuse you of being awkward and selfish and difficult and uncaring, to guilt trip you into living life on their terms. They're some of the most arrogant people you could ever meet, who believe they are always right. However, if you start to grow your confidence, they believe you're being the arrogant one, and they seek to criticise you, mock you, and bring you crashing down so that they can feel better about themselves. For a narcissist, it's okay for them to act in the ways they do. However, it's not okay for you towards them.